Hey you, I'm Ashley Cole, a certified spiritual and emotional wellness life coach, psychic empath, and intuitive, and I specifically ask Spirit to guide this message to those of you who are meant to hear it. For those who've chosen to stick around, today's channeled message is titled, Have You Healed or Are You Coping? Let's find out. But first, I have a question for you to answer, honestly. Are you allowing previous traumatic experiences to hinder your future relationships? Allow that question to marinate for a bit. You should be able to give an honest answer by the end of this message, because today I'll be sharing 5 very important questions you should ask yourself before considering entering a new relationship. Many times we believe moving on from a toxic or tough breakup, even a divorce, simply means a trip to Vegas, infinite spa dates, extra time with the besties, and a sexy rebound to help forget whatever the last guy or girl's name was. While this may be extremely fun, this couldn't be further from the truth. Trust, I've definitely had my share of Vegas trips, spa dates, and QT with the besties, but these are only temporary fixers that are meant to distract you from reality. And you're not utilizing the time you need, which is necessary for you to heal. Simply put, you can compare this to putting a Band-Aid on a broken arm, and we know that's not going to fix the problem. Furthermore, utilizing these lovely time fillers in the place of healing is actually considered unhealthy coping methods, because you're suppressing, repressing, and ignoring feelings, emotions, and pain that will eventually bubble right back up to the surface in future relationships. You might as well address what requires healing now by giving your emotional, mental, and unfortunately for some, physical wounds necessary time and attention. Second, there is not a set date you will heal. I know, boo, cue tomatoes. We'd all love to walk away from things that no longer serve us, and voila, I'm healed, happy, and whole. It simply does not work that way, because honey, I'd have been the first to try it. Understand that healing takes time, and the time frame varies from person to person. And don't allow anyone, including you, to rush you through the healing process. It will backfire, and you will end up right where you started. Maybe not right away, but those wounds have a way of presenting themselves when you least expect them to. I'll give a personal example. When I filed for a divorce, it took 8 months for me to heal from trauma I experienced within the marriage. Ouch, right? But guess what? I'd rather take the time to heal than prevent the guy I'm meant to be with from pursuing me, because I'm blocking his advancements by dumping my unhealed trauma onto him. Naturally, the worse the breakup, the more healing you will require. For example, if your ex did a number on you, and when I say a number, I mean they went for the jugular. They cheated, lied, manipulated, gaslighted, spread false rumors, and then doubled back and got their mistress pregnant. Unfortunately, that healing may take a hot ass minute. However, rest assured, you will heal and you will be happy, but it will require some effort on your part. Here are 5 questions you should consider answering to the best of your knowledge in order to prevent you from repeating traumatic cycles. These questions will also confirm for you if you're ready for a new beginning. Number 1, have you taken the necessary time to heal the trauma you've experienced in previous relationships? A quick way to confirm this is to acknowledge if you're still being triggered by behaviors witnessed in the past. For example, if your ex was charming in public but narcissistic behind closed doors, and you're automatically triggered by men or women who are naturally charming, it's time to do some shadow work. Set aside some time to ask specific questions, such as, does this individual remind me of my ex, or am I assuming they are similar to my ex based on one characteristic? Another question you can ask yourself is, other than this quality, does this individual display narcissistic tendencies? If the answer is no, you've now confirmed more healing is required on your part, and if you decide to move forward, it's pertinent you inform the new person you're still healing, and this will require some patience on their part. Number 2, Are you aware of your pitfalls and how you may have allowed previous experiences to occur? If so, what boundaries have you set in place to prevent similar issues from reoccurring? An example of this would be you ignoring red flags in a previous relationship, or possibly ignoring your intuition only to find your suspicions were right all along. A proper boundary to set moving forward would be you addressing all red flags immediately and speaking directly about how another's behavior may have affected you. Also, instead of turning a blind eye, another proper boundary would be you addressing unacceptable behavior immediately, instead of allowing things to fester and then blowing up at a later date after you've lost your patience. Being aware of the pitfalls you've displayed in past relationships is a good thing. See it as you having a personal cheat sheet, which ensures you're more capable of handling situations that arise in the future. Number 3, do you subconsciously play the compare and contrast game when you meet new people, and then are immediately turned off when they display qualities similar to your ex? If so, more healing may be required. But as long as you are aware you're comparing and are more than likely just afraid to be hurt, you are still able to navigate these waters. It will require clear communication so the new person is aware you're healing emotional wounds from a previous relationship. Give them the heads up, be open and vulnerable, as tough as it may be, and move forward knowing as long as your boundaries are respected, everything will be just fine. Number 4, have you forgiven your ex? The first thing I love to say when using the F word and ex in the same sentence is forgiveness does not require reconciliation. Furthermore, your forgiveness is not an admission of guilt or acceptance of another's behavior. If anything, it simply means you realize not releasing the past with forgiveness will only hinder your ability to move forward, which ultimately affects your happiness. I don't know about you, but I definitely don't want to give my ex the power to ruin my future, especially if I've already mistakenly allowed them to ruin the past. Forgiveness will require some time and effort, and there's no rush. But make sure your perspective isn't set on holding a grudge to hurt them, because the grudge is actually hindering your healing in the process. Number 5, have you forgiven yourself? Many times we are so focused on what others have done to us that we do not realize we owe ourselves an apology as well. What do you require forgiveness for? Those fears aren't all stemming from your ex's behavior. Your fears in relation to new partners are also stemming from you previously making less than acceptable decisions on your behalf. Decisions like, I'll ignore that red flag, or I'll excuse that behavior for now. Or even decisions like, I'll stay, knowing I'm unhappy because I don't want to separate my family or start over. Trust, I'm not judging. I've definitely been in your shoes, which is why I am quite knowledgeable on this subject. I'm also a certified life coach. However, studying will never upstage personal experience in my book. The point is, some of the fears you're harboring are simply due to you wondering if you will mistakenly allow similar situations to reoccur. A few things to consider when you're forgiving yourself are, you are not the same person you were prior to that relationship. You now have the necessary tools to make better decisions, and you've learned the importance of setting healthy boundaries. You realize healing is required on your part, and you know what you will and will not tolerate because you love yourself too much to lose you in the process. Give yourself some credit. You're perfectly capable of being happy in future relationships and walking away from anyone unwilling to respect you or your boundaries. You just have to believe in you. The rest is inevitable. Hopefully by now, you'll be able to decipher if you're ready to enter a new relationship. Drop a comment and let me know where you are on your healing journey. I truly hope this message helps. For those interested in hearing more, feel free to follow or to subscribe to my podcast, blog, or YouTube channel by clicking the link in the description. For those interested in joining my Queen Evolve program, please be sure to complete the survey, and I look forward to working with you. Until next time, I send you peace, blessings, love, and light. Bye.